Hi, today we're going to have a quick look at Microsoft Power BI and how it integrates to the eSuite system. So without further ado, let's have a look at the Power BI system. I'm just going to click on this shortcut that I've got in my browser, and the URL is app.powerbi.com, and I'm already logged in to my own account, and I've got a Power BI dashboard set up ready to go here. So this is just an example of Power BI. I'm not going to go into how Power BI works and all the wonderful things that you can do, other than to say that it is a very nice user interface. You can click on a particular piece of a chart. For example, I've clicked on cafes, and it highlights in bold all the corresponding effect on the other associated charts for cafes. So for example, here's the effect on restaurants, and so on. And there's no limit to the number of reports that you can create. Again, here's a combination of bar charts, and if I click on packaging, I can see here's a sales by period for a given section. So if I click on frozen foods, I can see that's the effect, that's the portion of frozen foods that contribute to this this report. Let's have a look at some others. You can have there's pivot reports, and here's a tree structure with drill down, so I can collapse and expand this tree, and so on down to the actual stock codes. So it's a very powerful way of looking at your data. Now this data is linked to the eSuite system, and so what I'm going to do is go back to this particular chart, and we can see we have a reasonably fairly evenly distributed set of data, and I'm going to now deliberately skew that data. So I'm going to go into the eSuite system, and I'm going to undelete this large sale so it affects our reporting in Power BI. Now this data that you're looking at here is residing on a cloud server, so the interface that we're working with in eSuite is just the interface, but the actual database is sitting on a cloud server, and the Power BI data is also on a cloud server, and it is using a thing called the Power BI Gateway, which we need if we want to work remotely. If, for example, the eSuite database and where you are located are not in the same network, then we need to use the Power BI Gateway, which is there is a small cost for that. In fact, you need the Pro edition of Power BI. If your database is on the same server, then you can get away with the free version, the Power BI desktop version. So let's refresh this database. So what I've got to do to refresh it is just click this button here, and that, as you can see, is now refreshing, and it's refreshing about 400,000 records. Doesn't take very long, it takes about a few seconds, and now you can see it's just completed. So now we click on this and go back into our dashboard and hit the refresh button on this, and you can see there's the effect of that large sale that I put in place, and we can see that all of these charts are now affected by that change in data. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy using Power BI with the eSuite system.